I'm wondering if not everything delivered, because that's all I show in total revenue for this. But you can send it over. I'll look at it tomorrow and see if there's some line. Does it show by line item, or is it just $1 amount?
It shows by line item.
Okay. Well, you can send it over and I'll see what the difference is. But my guess, because revenue is off, that there must be some back ordered items or something not invoiced on here. And maybe that's partly making the difference in the margin, because your supplies are really low. Is this a black machine? No, it's a color machine.
Color.
Why are the supplies so cheap? The supplies are only $286 of this whole transaction.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm just confused. I always say, I mean, the supplies are included in a CPC, so what?
I mean, they go out with the equipment, so it gets charged as hardware cost.
Okay, alright.
It's just what it is. I mean, that's how the system works. If we're shipping it with supplies, we get charged it.
Okay.
All right, so send it over, but at least I know that he did use the Power Up. So yeah, add it to the Google Doc, and I'm gonna send it over for subsidy.
Okay, so just I guess when you take a look at it, and let me know, because I mean, if I hear you correct, then I guess that I need to tell the guys that basically, anytime you use the Power Up for including startup supplies, I mean, they're gonna.
No, don't worry about the supplies. Every unit that goes out has supplies. CPQ just doesn't calculate it when they're looking at margin. They don't include that in there, and that's usually what the difference is. But, so that should in theory be the only difference in the margin, is just the supplies. But based on the revenue number you gave me, this can't be all the line items. Or they billed this order incorrectly, because this order only billed for $39,000.
Okay, alright, well I sent it to you.
Okay.
I just can't tell if I need, I told the guys that, on that Google Doc that anytime we know we're going below it, and if I just need to modify that communication, just let me know.
Well, wait a minute, below it. I'm supposed to get subsidy on any Power Up. Anytime you use that pricing, I'm to get subsidy on it.
So you want to put every single Power Up deal on that Google Doc?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're willing to give a subsidy on all those deals. Now, if some of them are over, like 10% margin, it won't qualify. But if you're selling others really skinny, even if it's above direct, she'll give me subsidy between, 2% and 10% or whatever.
Okay, well see, here's what, I don't know where, I've never looked to see, I thought it was like, all right, we're discounting, certain people like Benny and other, discount heavily off of the Power Up. I didn't know, but if you're saying though, if certain just at pricing Power Up,
yeah, because here's the thing, Power Up is not a true master agreement. There's nothing in the system to flag it. So the only way I know to be able to get subsidy on them is for you to tell me.
Right, but I don't know, which deal would require subsidy or not.
You just tell me every single Power Up that you guys use.
Oh, well then I need to complete that because, almost every, unless it's a franchise print, almost every commercial print deal we're doing right now is Power Up.
Wow.
Oh yeah, since it was replacing the Printing United.
Well, that's the thing, Printing United was on a true master agreement, so I automatically got subsidy for it. There's no way for corporate to track these.
Yeah, well if these are, again, I didn't realize that the de facto, just default, whether Printing United or
do you happen to know another deal that used Power Up that you say is above? I just want to look and see what the margin is on it. If it's a 25% margin, I don't know what this PE was done at, but if it's at a 25% margin, we're not getting subsidy. But if it's somewhere above direct to about 10%, I usually can get subsidy.
Yeah, I don't know where, like, the standard, every one of them is going to be, I say use the Power Up, every one of them is a PE, because it's the approved, there's a, I don't know if you've seen it, Dan Kitchen basically put out a master approved Power Up PE, and it emulates, it completely copies what the they just simply added supplies and they're below, you know,
Well,
that just
we're not getting subsidy on supplies, but if the deal's that
Right.
skinny, that it's getting you below 10%, then yeah, I would send it over and say, hey, I need some subsidy, but
Nope.
I have no way to know these.
But I don't have any insight into that. You know, I mean, I could put, I mean, if you want me to start track, I mean, I could track, because it's not like, I didn't tell the guys, hey, every power up pricing that you use, put that on there. That wasn't, my communication to them. I mean, because, I mean, if I was guessing, I mean, we probably do, gosh, man, I might be wrong. I mean, I would think we're doing probably 20 to 30 of them a month.
Well,
Using,
I need to look at some of these deals. There's nothing on here that tells me what you guys use that PE on, so I have no idea. The only ones I catch or question are ones that go negative, right? Because that's how I'm filtering my report, to look at those, and if I see it's a production deal sold by a commercial print team, then I go, okay, is this power up?
yeah,
But
and
if it's positive, I won't catch it.
correct. And I was telling them if we discount off the power up, I need to know those. But you know, like I said, it's just got me nervous now. If you're saying that we potentially could, I mean, even if we're not discounting at all, we're just using the standard contract, I mean, standard pricing on that it could be put us in you know, where we would get subsidy. You know, like I don't know any way I don't know any way without literally looking at every single deal and comparing it to cost. I don't know how I can know that.
Let's see, I'm just filtering on production print mainframes here just to see how many I have, and I'm gonna have to go in a minute. I actually have something I have to do today, but alright, so everyone.
I mean, I can go through that power up contract on my production units, and I can look at that power up, compare, and look at the mainframes and see if they're underwater. I didn't realize that. I mean, I've never done it. I've never even looked at it to see.
I mean, I'm looking at well, see, they could have used something else on here. Ugh, this is messy. Alright, I'm gonna have to look at this tomorrow and see if I can find a way to pull out all of these frickin' deals.
Because if they were, I know if we're under direct cost, you get subsidy, and then also if we're like above 8 points or 5 points or something, we get subsidy of some, or
yeah, basically, I would send it over if it was under 10%.
Under 10% above the cost.
But you know what? I should be catching those, because what I do, yeah, I'm feeling better now that I think about this, because the way I do my report is I basically say, here's everything that's less than 10% margin. She gives me subsidy, and then I go back through everything that I did get subsidy for, and, you know, research it to see if it qualifies. And then if I see if it's commercial print, production print, then I look at your power up spreadsheet now, or obviously this other one wasn't on that list, that I can get subsidy. So obviously Flawless was so low, right,
Yeah.
that it caught my radar. So I guess anything at least that's under 10% I'm catching anyway, because I look at all of this.
Would it make it easier if I just tell the guys, hey, if you're using, which basically my commercial print, but if I just say, if you're using the power up PE, no matter what pricing, whether you deviate or not, if you're using the power up PE, put it on the Google Doc, and then that way.
I think that would be helpful. I mean, even if they don't put every order, if I see the name, then I can go to each of those names and see what the margin looks like.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll tell them, hey, they don't need to put the order number on there. I just said, you know, briefly, I just said, if you use the power of PE, I need your name on there. And then that way, then if you get flagged on when you're looking at the margin, and then you match it up with one of my names, then I can go back to them and get the order number or whatever else you need.
Yeah, I don't even probably will need the order number. As long as I see the name on there and you guys said you used the power up PE, I can submit it.
Okay, rather than going retroactive, can I have them started that from October 1st forward?
Yeah. I think, you know, for the most part, I would have caught them just because I look at everything that's less than 10% anyway. So yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, I'll send that forward, and then and then if you do come across any others in the meantime, figure it out. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, bye.
You just disappeared.
Yeah, I kind of walked.
So.
Oh, Inception is back, Jackson. Inception. Hey, Jackson, hear me out. Squidgate. Jackson. Squidgate. Pretty please. Pretty please. Pretty. Playing Splitgate. You're put inside timeout. You are get timeout, Jackson. You are in timeout.